getting close to wrapping up. We're getting close to being able to break out into the breakout rooms. But we did not want to end today without this next speaker. When President Biden first signed the historic bipartisan infrastructure law, he wanted to ensure that we spent those dollars wisely, that we used those dollars in a way that would not just build, but actually transform the economy and, better lives for local communities. This was a really tall order, but when our next speaker was named to lead that effort, so many of us breathed a sigh of relief because we knew that he was up for it. So Mitch Landrieu, Mayor Landrieu, I know I said this the other day, but everyone who's a mayor is perpetually a mayor apparently. But Mayor Landrieu was named White House Infrastructure Implementation Coordinator by the President, and he has spent every second since then ensuring that the goals of this law and these funds, as we've talked about today, become reality. One of the things that he says to us all the time is that he is committed to making sure that we deliver on task, on time, and on budget. But oftentimes the on time and on budget factors are used to push against many things that we've talked about here, right? Job quality and equity. And so why we're so grateful to have Mayor Landrieu's leadership is that he understands that part of on task means that we have to deliver on job quality and we have to deliver on equity. Part of the reason is that prior to this role, Mayor Landrieu was a path-breaking mayor of his home city of New Orleans, post-Katrina, and he has served in the Louisiana State Legislature as well, and as his state's lieutenant governor. In all of his roles, the fate of American workers and forgotten communities have always been at the forefront of his mind. And so we thank you for being here today, for bringing his voice, his hard work, his leadership, and for what he's doing every single day to deliver on the President's vision. So, Mayor Landrieu, what do you do?
How's everybody doing? Oh, y'all sound like y'all tired. Y'all have more work to do. I'm just an advertiser for what y'all about to get into. Madam Deputy Secretary, thank you so much. It's great to be with you. It's great to be in the house of another mayor, Mayor Walsh. Don't hold it against me. Of the two people that are working for the President, he and I are the least able to speak the English language. And he would appreciate that because he's from Boston and I'm from New Orleans, and people all the time say, I can't understand a word y'all are saying. Anyway, it's great to be here. Marty, as you know, the Secretary, has been spectacular for a lot of different reasons, not the least of which is because he was a mayor before we came in. I just met with Mayor Ben Walsh from Syracuse, and I have had a number of meetings with mayors throughout the day, and as mayors, we bring a unique perspective to how the government works or is supposed to work, or how it doesn't work, or how we're going to figure out how to get it work on time, on task, and on budget. Deputy Secretary said it exactly right. And so one of the things that we have brought to the table is connecting Washington, D.C. to the ground. And you are the connectors. When President Biden ran for office, he said, look, if you hire me, I'm going to use the power of my presidency to bring people together, to rebuild the country, and to get things done, and to build a better America. That's what he said. And he made a promise, and he kept the promise, and because of all of you in this room, we were able to pass a $1.2 trillion with a T, a capital T, infrastructure bill that's designed to rebuild the roads, the bridges, the airports, the ports, the waterways, clean air, clean water, high-speed internet connecting everybody in America to the future, because knowledge is a pathway to the future, and the President and the Vice President are fixing to level the playing field. That's the plethora of what it is that we're trying to do. But it's not just the what. It's the how, the who, and the when that are important. Because we're not just building a bridge. We're not just building a roadway. We're not just building high-speed internet. We're building a generation of people who are going to have good-paying jobs, high-paying union jobs. The President has his way. Go ahead. Trying to figure out how to build generational wealth in the United States of America on top of building the things that we're going to build. So the thing and the way are critically important. And as this bill is laid out, the idea is not just to build the bridge the way we used to build it, or to build the road that we used to build it. It was to build it in a new way, to build it in the places that need to be built, to build it with folks that need to learn how, if they don't have the skills already, to be in the proper place to actually get it done. So for the first time in your lives, I'm looking around, you look real close, Juan, you just embarrass somebody. I don't see anybody in here older than Eisenhower. Y'all can remember Eisenhower? Y'all know Eisenhower was, right? Interstate system, you know, that thing. This is the biggest thing since that has happened, which means that it's an incredible opportunity, but it also means that it is a magnificent responsibility to actually get it right and to build it right. So as the president has enunciated to the country, when we're talking about building a better America, not just the America that was, he faced the same challenges that I faced when I was mayor of the city of New Orleans when Katrina beat us to death. 1,800 people were killed. 250,000 homes were destroyed. The city 17 feet underwater. We had to fix the whole thing. And the question was, what are we going to put back? One of the folks said, we can't lose our history. We can't lose our authenticity. We can't lose our soul. I said, yeah, that's true. But we can do some things better. And instead of putting it back like it was, why don't we put it back like it should have been if we would have gotten it right the first time? That means including people that got left out. Amen? Building back things, we're building back places. If you're a mama that lives on the corner that lost a house, you don't just need your house back, you need your road back, you need your car back, you need your doctor back, you need the restaurant out back, you need the store back. It all has got to get back at one time in one place, not just to rebuild the thing, but to rebuild the opportunity for generational wealth. So let's be smart here, and if we're going to build it back, we're going to build it back better. And from the president's perspective, building it back better means that everybody gets a piece of this. Everybody's in, white, black, urban, rural. It's called equity. All right? Think about who got left out, and that's where we're going to figure out where we need to be. Building a better America means using products that are made in America so that we can create jobs in America by people in America making things that are actually made in America. The third thing that the president talks about in terms of building a better America is, you know what? Kind of look up a little bit. Look about what's been happening, see what's coming your way, see what you can see, know what you can know. And by the way, when Katrina came, that just wasn't an aberration. When Sandy came, that wasn't an aberration. When the wildfires came, that wasn't an aberration. What happened in Yellowstone the other day just wasn't an aberration. Wake up and think about climate, and think about what you're going to build back, and think about the three little pigs. Well, the president didn't say that. That's my Think about whether or not you're going to build back a house of sticks, or whether you're going to build back a house of bricks, and when the big bad wolf comes to blow it down, where do you want to be? You want to be boiling that pot. You don't want to be in the wolf's stomach. So think about when you build back a country, build it back with great resilience. Think about what's coming your way. Build back higher, build back stronger, build back with the opportunity you need to obviate the challenges that are coming our way. Because if you do that, you're going to build a better and a stronger America. And then finally, if you're going to build a better America, the president says we built this economy from the bottom up and the middle up, not from the top down. And he's right about that. The president's perspective is the middle class was built by labor, high-paying jobs, apprenticeships, project labor agreements, making sure you have quality jobs, because a quality job helps build generational wealth. And so the reason you're here today is trying to figure out how to get those wonderful words on the ground with a specific person building a thing in a place that's going to change America for the future, workforce development and training, good jobs, good high-paying jobs, where you can actually train people the right way to build an America that has not been built before. And that is what I think that you're here to try to help figure out. Because quite frankly, the United States of America has not done a great job in the last 50 years of using all of our collective assets to build things that last to the ages and build generational wealth for all of us. Because there's a distance between what President Clinton used to say was the cup and the lid. That actually it's in the execution that matters. It's in the people who show up on the ground. And it's connecting the dots. Trying to find out where the money is, where the job is, and the person in between who needs to know the thing to build the thing that you want to build. Design the way that you want to build in a way that helps make America a better place, not just an afterthought once something is done. And reconnecting communities, by the way, is critically important. And so I commend this to all of you. This thing is a real deal. The money is in the bank. Governors already know how much money they get for the next 5 years so that your states can plan. The other half of it is going to mayors across America who are going to compete for this. And the ones that are going to win the competition are the ones that understand what this vision of a better America looks like, that the Secretary has been talking about all the way. And at the end of the day, it's all about people. It's all about that person and that family and that community that's going to be in that place to build that bridge, to build that highway, to lay down high-speed internet, to clean up the air and the water, and at the end of the day, to build a clean energy future, which we desperately need, so that our kids will have a planet that's better than the one that we are trying to leave them. And so I just say to you today on behalf of the President, thank you for all the work that you have done, but guess what? The hard work has yet to begin. We're in the middle of it. We've got to keep our shoulder to the wheel. We've got to push that rock up the hill, and we've got to make sure it stays there, and when we do, we will build a better America that people could only dream about. So thank you very much. God bless you.
Mitch Landrieu.
All right.
The thing that's missing is the private sector contribution in the P3.
So thank you to
All right, thanks.
and thank you to all of you for sharing this day with us.